This jaunty style. Check it out. All right. Good morning, everybody. Let's get some Benny on, huh?
Presenting Benny Goodman and his orchestra.
There we go. Morning, everybody. We should be streaming. Try to make it a little more presentable back here. We got Box City behind me. Morning, Denise and Betsy and Carolyn and Chris. Hey, Luann, Martin, Lori, Beth, and Marie. Welcome along, everybody. Hey, Geraldine. Hey, Kristen and Todd. Hey, Patty. Welcome along, everybody. Where did I put my coffee? Oh, Jesus. Clear over there. Hey, Gladys. Hey, Carol, Arena, and Dawn. Hey, JK over on Twitch. Hey, Dad and Mary Rose. Hey, Cindy. Hey, Casey. Hey, Cappy. Everybody. Wendy. Hey, Jerry. Yeah. This is my work from home view on days when the living room is in no fit state. Hey, Jerry, Heather, Kathleen, Timberly, Jennifer, Lori, Linda. Anybody I might have missed there. Multiple Kathleens. Hey, Janet. Hey, Janet, find a grave is one way to do it. Doesn't work every time. Hey, Diane. Hey, Susan. Especially as we get into more and more people who aren't going to be listed on there. But today we're just going to be goofing off. Also, Find a Grave is not exactly reliable. Particularly on people who aren't marked. I've been in it with them, trying to get them to take a few people off of there who are in the wrong place. Susan, yeah, I would contact authorities if you find a grave in your home. The coroner will tell you to contact the Department of Health. The Department of Health will tell you to contact the coroner, etc. Yeah, Eileen, we'll be quiet. No, we actually won't. Timberly, yeah, I have a pretty good idea. There's a discrepancy in how the trial happened and how it was reported in the Johann Hawk case. That's kind of understandable because there's some squeamish details. This might have contributed to why people weren't quite convinced that Hawk was guilty. Hey, Karolina in Poland. Hey, Bob. Hey, Facebook notifications working for people. All right. That's unusual. Hey, Lisa Bokotov. Ambassador. On ambassador. On kör. Ah. Ze Katalashili. Karin Miles.
That's just a polished idea of what we may expect during the ensuing 30 minutes. Now, Benny Goodman presents Helen Ward, his singing star.
I'll give it just another minute for everybody to get on before we get started properly. We're just going to be fun with street views today, as I sometimes do when I'm working from home. If you're not getting notifications, the only thing I can really suggest is turn them off and back on again. Facebook does what it does. I'm not Facebook tech support myself. It's amazing how many people think that I am. People message me, I can't get it to work. I'm using this kind of device. And without actually being there and looking over your shoulder, there's only so much I can do. Hey, Kurt. But all right, this has been Benny Goodman coming to you live from the Congress Hotel in downtown Chicago, in which he did a whole series of broadcasts. After one of them, Mr. Hammond was just so excited that he's like, I gotta hear more. So he came out of the Congress Hotel, got in his car, and miraculously was picking up a radio station he normally couldn't, where he heard this new kid, Count Basie. Went down to Count Basie, met him and Lester, and then he met a saxophone player, Lester Young. They told him, hey, there's this singer you ought to get in. That was Billie Holiday, and he would go on from there and there to sign people like Bob Dylan and Bruce Springsteen. And now you know the rest of the story. I think Paul Harvey was a dick, but I'll quote him occasionally. We haven't found his grave yet. I know about where it is. I know he's at Forest Home. But welcome along, everybody. I'm Adam from Mysterious Chicago Tours, author of such books as Mysterious Chicago, The Book, Murder Maps USA, new from Thames and Hudson, and of course Graceland Cemetery, Chicago Stories, Symbols, and Secrets, new from University of Illinois Press. I've spent my morning working on day after the trial stuff on the Johann Hawk. I've finally gotten to the part where Gene Cowgill, the reporter, gets into the story, which is right around the time Evelyn Campbell, the reporter, exited the story. Very interesting reading Gene Cowgill stuff. Some of her stuff is very progressive for its day, some of it's not. And it's same thing with like Harry Olson, the state's attorney. On some levels, he was fairly progressive, others not. But that's just the way things go. But today I'm working from home. I got to give a ride to the airport in about half an hour, so I couldn't go any place particular. So what we're going to do, sometimes when we work from home, we just, this is something we tried last week. On Friday, we couldn't really do our usual Find a Grave Friday, where I go to a cemetery where I know somebody's buried, but I don't look up exactly where or what the gravestone looks like. We figure it out in the comments, and we'll play hot and cold until I find it. Friday, with the snowstorm coming in, I wasn't confident that the cemeteries were even going to be open, let alone that I'd be able to find anything at them. So instead, we just tried it working from home. That was so much fun, I figured we would do this a little bit more. So what we can do is we can go on to Street Views here. And, well, here's what I was looking up first. Let's go Forest Lawn. Take me when I'm gone to Forest Lawn. There's a few of them. Los Angeles. Alright, so here we are coming into Los Angeles. This is sometimes held up as proof that Walt Disney is not frozen, is that he has a grave marker here at Forest Lawn in Los Angeles. It's just a plaque on a wall, though. There's the official story is that Disney was cremated. The most likely state of affairs is that Disney was cremated. The fact that he's got a plaque here means absolutely nothing as to whether or not he actually was or not, though. Now, this one, it's a little bit tricky. You can't really move around too much here. Let's see how much we can see. They've only got some of the lines set up for Street Views. Now, I thought, yeah, look at this. I had thought, based on that Tom Chapin song, Take Me When I'm Gone to Forest Lawn, that this place was tacky as all get out, with, like, statues that can automatically tip their hats to you like so. But it's mostly just a memorial park. Now, down below there are some mausoleums that get a little more interesting, further down the hill, I think on the other side of this. See if we can get over to those. It gets a little bit more interesting. There's the big mausoleum over here with the stained glass Last Supper that has like an audio and light presentation about it. And that is the giant mausoleum where Michael Jackson was eventually interred. Not the same as this one. Okay, down here, here's Mount Sinai, parking section. How far out can we get from here? Can we get up to the gates? Not from here. Let's try over here by Liberace. No, it's mostly just like Memorial Park style. All flat gravestones. Grossly tasteful. Okay, let's move a little closer here. As we get a little closer, you can see some of the other stuff. Carrie Fisher and Debbie Reynolds crypt. Let's see if we can see that. No, it's not going to show it to us, but here it is. Interesting. I like the rainbow on there. That's a big outdoor one. Okay, that's what I think of when I think Forest Lawn. Big and elaborate displays. But I do kind of want to see the crypt of Liberace over here if it'll let me. Nobody's taking pictures of... Oh, Ronnie James Dio. Ronnie James Dio is right next to... right near Liberace and Carrie Fisher and Debbie Reynolds. What an interesting musical combo we've got here. They could, like, team up. Liberace will play a big, long thing while Ronnie James Dio sings, like, a high-register version of Tammy's in Love. Tammy! Now, the other day, we looked at The Franklin family burial crypt of Benjamin Franklin's parents, who have names like Halloween is Grinch Night names. Look, Ben himself is at Christ Church Cemetery in Philadelphia. Let's see how much we can see of this. If we zoom on in. Christ Church Burial Ground. Also here is Benjamin Rush, namesake of Rush University, and inventor of Dr. Rush's capsules, which 20th century historians refer to as thunderclappers, which is what they do after you take them. They're basically just, it's generally said that they were actually called thunderclappers. That's a 20th century invention, but it's only because Lewis and Clark didn't think of it when they were out traveling the country. They were given some of Dr. Rush's capsules, which were just kind of mercury. They would just clear out everything that was in you, let's say. Yeah, this is a nice little well-maintained burial ground here. I don't know where exactly Benjamin Franklin is, but I'm guessing there's going to be a crowd around it. Now, Rush's was named after Benjamin Rush in the hopes that his descendants would send them some money. They sent him a nice thank you note. This guy's pointing at something. I'm glad they don't make me wear tour guide outfits like this. I mean, I do love neon and all. But who's this? Is that? Yeah, he keeps moving around. We can like follow his progress as we walk through here. Yes, Bob Poop pills. That's actually how they can, how archaeologists can figure out where Lewis and Clark were. As mercury, like arsenic, is an element. It doesn't biodegrade down to anything else. So places where Lewis and Clark dropped anchor, you can still find the mercury in the soil. Okay, here's a bigger crowd around this one. There was. Where did they go? This one's got enough people hanging around it. I feel like this is somebody's family vault down here. This is one of the things you often see in New England cemeteries. What you would do here is if you move this stone, there's a staircase leading down into a crypt. Hole underneath of this section is probably honeycombed with little brick vaults. And parts of Chicago cemeteries that you wouldn't even guess are as well. Like, notably, I know of a few, like, buried ones at Graceland that they found just recently. I can't give more details. They asked me not to say. They're not exactly safe to have there. The trouble with doing the street views way is I can't really read most of the ones that we come to. But there are multiple signers of the Declaration of Independence in this place, as well as Franklin himself, who was there as kind of, both there and especially at the Constitutional Convention, just kind of like guest celebrity. And to lend credence to it overseas, he was very well liked in France. The United States, they kind of thought of him as an old weirdo. John Adams hated his guts. This couple, okay, I don't know if I can back up too well, but this couple was clearly, like, hugging in the previous shot. As they hang over, what are they looking at? Is this him that they're leaning over on there? That kind of looks like it says Benjamin. Well, yeah, Adams kind of hated most people, and the feeling, I think, was mutual with a lot of them, too. We could just get a little closer here so I could read this stuff. It definitely says Benjamin something. Franklin is next to a wall and gate flat to the ground. Well, here's a wall. I don't know about a gate. Was it Benjamin Rush? But if he's near a wall, we should be able to find him based on that. We'll just kind of circumnavigate the place. Oh yes, noted nudist, loved his air baths. Wrote out recipes for both ways to get your farts to smell better and for abortifacients. Which goodness knows how often he had people using those. Could only have been so much. He's reputed to have had dozens of kids. That's maybe just be one of those kind of things that some people would say, you know. By a gate. Flatstone by a gate. I probably should have looked at a picture of this one ahead of time. Usually that's cheating. This won't let me go all the way around. I can't get over to that. So this is the other thing with it, is they don't necessarily have all of the streets covered. Benjamin Franklin's grave is over here in this corner. We'll just kind of plop down in this corner then. Oh, now we're outside. Now we're outside next to this big, ugly brutalist building. The heck is this? Oh, it's the Mint. The big, ugly, brutal... I guess, you know, you kind of want brutalism for a Mint. Show that fortress look. That makes sense. You wouldn't want the Mint to be like one of these newfangled performance buildings made out of glass. You want the Mint is a building that you want to say, yeah, have fun breaking into this. Let's see. What if we go this way? Nope, still outside. By the fence along the sidewalk, that was him. Okay. Weirdly, it doesn't seem to want to let me go inside unless I go from way too far away. Maybe... let's just look at the pictures here. The last resting place of Benjamin Franklin. He tore the sky from the skies the lightning, and from the tyrants the scepter. All right, visible from the sidewalk. There it is. All right, well, you know, I feel like the logical thing to leave there would be $100 bills, but somehow nobody's leaving $100 bills for Benjamin Franklin. Another view from the sidewalk. Maybe we should just kind of walk by and see this from street views again. Oh yeah, keeping an eye on the Mint. That makes sense. Nice that they've got it set up right here. So you can just walk right there and see it as you pass. All right, we're all leaving virtual $100 bills right here at the gates. All right, and there he is. That's as close as they let you move in from here. A piece of work is a good term for Benjamin Franklin. Complicated man. All right, yeah, Benjamin Franklin slept here for a really long time. All right, so once again, everybody, thanks a lot for joining me for another morning mini tour. Thanks for letting me work from home today. I have got to give an airport ride in about 10 minutes. So thanks a lot for joining me, everybody. I'm Adam from Mysterious Chicago Tours over on the Patreon. If you're a member of that, you can really watch the Johann Hawk book come into existence as I work on it over the course of the winter. I've gotten up as far in the very rough draft as the point where he's working on getting reprieves. So I've still got about another 3 major sections to write, and then go back and make it all readable, not just a collection of info dump. But thanks a lot for joining me, everybody. I am Adam from Mysterious Chicago Tours. Those of you do around here, we do morning mini tours, or even full-length ones on Sundays, every single day at 10 o'clock. Thursday night, we do a full-length one. I just posted it. This Thursday will be... What I post for this? This Thursday will be all about the Great Chicago Fire, Thursday at 8 p.m. Central. So thanks a lot for joining me, everybody. I am Adam from Mysterious Chicago Tours. Thanks for joining me, and everybody stay warm. And of course, if you can, stay spooky, everybody. Have a great day.